Now, some have asked, what are we looking at before we can consider easing of the measures? Broadly speaking, we look at three areas. Number one, the rate of increase in infection numbers every day, because that rate of increase will impact on demand for healthcare services. Second, the proportion of infection cases that fall seriously ill, because these are the ones who need to be hospitalized and will likely need oxygen supplementation or ICU care. And thirdly, as a consequence of the second, we look at occupancy rates in our hospitals, especially in our ICU facilities. In fact, we intend to update our daily reports soon with some of these indicators so that the public will be able to see the same indicators that we are monitoring closely. Now, zooming in on these three broad areas, one key indicator that we are watching closely is the weekly infection rate. That's the ratio of cases in the past week over the week before. In some ways, it's a very crude measure of what the epidemiologists call the reproduction rate, or R. Right? But we are using a crude measure of it by measuring the ratio of cases in the past week over the week before. We are trying very hard to take a middle ground approach, not to go into either extreme of staying put where we are, nor opening up too liberally and risking a surge of cases that can overwhelm our healthcare system. And taking this middle ground approach means that we have to be selective and we have to open up in settings which we assess are more acceptable in terms of risk. How we do that, we try our best to assess these risks with experts, with our advisors. It will not be perfect, but by and large, where we assess the risk to be not as high, to be within acceptable limits, then we will want to move first, as we have been doing for travel. And as I highlighted just now, the next bound of easing will include the areas which I've explained in sports, in schools and IHLs, and in family dining, where we think risks are also acceptable.